Cardano is either about to skyrocket or completely collapse. Analysts are calling for $5, $10, even a 50% crash by 2026. So what's real and what just hype? Let's break it down. Let's go. But before we do, we have to, sit back and look at this crypto market. Now, I was sat here the end of August with our community. Check out the free educational Discord, link in the description of the video, talking about what our expectations for September were likely to be and what we're most likely to see. And I, Muggins here, was saying the first couple of weeks would be green, and then we would expect volatility in the market as we approach the 17th of September, where we are waiting on the Fed interest rate, cut or not. And ultimately, we've been forecasting for many months that we expected September to be the month in which the Fed reduced interest rates. So, the market is pricing it in. We're very interested to see what happens next. But we do need to sit back and just be in awe of how accurate our forecasting has been. It's been a lot of hard work to get as accurate as we have been, and it's enjoyable seeing what is actually transpiring. Whether you're right or whether you're wrong, you can always make learnings, and that is something that we discuss quite a lot in our free Discord. But if we have a look at the crypto market, the total market cap of crypto globally is down 1.54% at the time of recording and sits at $4.01 trillion. Now, for those that are perhaps new here, we've been forecasting the market cap getting to around $10 trillion come the peak of the bull run. So it gives you a bit of an idea when you look at where the current market cap sits at just over $4 trillion. We've got another $6 trillion worth of funds to come into the blockchain. And I know a lot of people are going to be, asking the question, where's that money coming from? Well, when the Fed reduces interest rates, that basically means the money printer is coming on and they're pumping liquidity into markets. And it's a very risk-on opportunity for many people. Not everybody sees it that way. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this as entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because nothing's guaranteed in crypto and you do risk losing all of your money. But you've got to look at the market and think it's actually holding up quite well, right? We are also seeing bull flag patterns pointing towards ADA potentially getting to $5 target. And analysts are predicting $1.15, $1.25 short term. And I'm going to give you my views and opinions on all of that in a moment. But Bitcoin at 115,108.72, down 0.84% at the time of recording. And Cardano ADA 86 cent 44, down 5.75% in the past 24 hours, but up 1.95% in the past 7 days. I do want to come on to the yearly, right? Because I want to, again, just show 144.71% return on your investment if you bought just over a year ago. If we actually look at Bitcoin, and that's only at 91.53% in the past year. So Cardano is actually outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think. If we have a look at Ethereum, 87.71%, it's even outperforming that. So it gives you a good idea of what's going on. We have Cardano ADA price, bull flag pattern points to $5 target. Cardano ADA price approaches key resistance at $1.15 to $1.25, with analysts targeting potential breakout towards $2.47 and $5 based on the technical patterns that they're seeing in the market, right? Again, this is Ali. He comes up a lot on these articles. And then we've got Cardano eyeing $1.15. Top analyst sees run towards $1.25. Again, it sets the tone for what people are expecting. And I think that we're going to see a pretty sizable final shakeout in the crypto market. You're right, you heard it here first. A big shakeout, and ultimately that's going to lead us into What I believe, and this is just my personal opinion, not financial advice, take my thoughts with a pinch of salt, do your own research, all that stuff. Nothing's guaranteed to happen, but I think it's going to be the biggest crypto bull run in history. I think one of the biggest transfers of wealth. And I think that after this big transfer of wealth happens, just have a look at how much the Trump family has accumulated in blockchain, and crypto, right? Just look at the amount of wealth they've already accumulated before this bull run. At least I believe we're going into a bull run, right? If the market cycles are as they've always been, and everything plays out as we've been forecasting, that's the expectation, not guaranteed, but like you look at how much they've accumulated, like that's a sign. But there is one other really big transfer of wealth that will happen after this bull run. Now you have to be in the free Discord in order to gain that insight, right? Like we're not giving that away, without you being in the Discord. It's give and take, right? It's give and take, where there's been a lot of take from us and not much give. Cardano price prediction, ADA set for 15% September gains, but investors favor this other DeFi nonsense project, paid article, just going to put it out there. But again, it is true that there is this narrative that Cardano is going to perform really well in September. Personally, I think most of the gains have been seen for September. I think we're going to have some volatility both to the downside and to the upside after the 17th. Once that happens and we've had a bit of a shakeout, I think that we're going to see some big gains potentially printed. Time will tell whether that's accurate forecasting or inaccurate forecasting. Take what I say with a pinch of salt. And we've got Cardano price set to drop over 50% in 2026. So again, there are lots of people that will tell you that the market's going to pump, and the market does pump. There's lots of people that tell you the market's going to pump and it doesn't pump. There's lots of people that tell you 100% of the time that we're going to see big pullbacks, dumps, 50% drops, and so on. It's all about doing your own research. It's all about following the right people, because there's so many people being paid to just shill nonsense. I mean, like this particular article, which is obviously a paid for article. But look, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, stocks, I'm expecting a pretty decent size shakeout. For me, a shakeout, like opinion-wise, is inevitable. Do your research, see whether you resonate with what I'm saying or not. We've been calling for a lot of this stuff to happen for so long. I'm just eager now to see whether it actually transpires as we forecast, or does something different happen. Nobody's got a crystal ball. Nobody knows for sure 100% what's going to happen. I have a lot of conviction in the work that I've done and the work that Nick's done, saying what I'm saying, but that conviction can be wrong. Like, your research can be the best in the world and you can still be wrong. So, I think that it's a very complex world that we live in right now with lots of moving parts. Forecasts can shift, they can change. And look, for me, I think it's going to be really, really interesting. It's certainly going to be an interesting last couple of weeks of September. It's going to be very interesting for the first 2 to 3 weeks of October. And then as we get to the end of the year, I'm expecting some pretty bold changes, particularly in sentiment. I think we're going to see a lot of new people come into the crypto space. And when they come into the crypto space, there's going to be heaps of opportunity. So I would encourage people right now to be educating themselves, doing their research, seeing what resonates with them, making sure that they're positioned in the right way. Perhaps speak to a financial advisor, and if once you've done all your due diligence and you feel like you're positioned really, really well, it's time to see whether you can keep your emotions in check. And Nick and myself are going to be working a lot on exit strategies, because there's many different strategies both to invest and to exit the crypto market, and you've got to find what is suitable for you as an individual, right? I'm in my 40s, family, kids. Your situation, both financially, personally, could be completely different, And that is something that nobody can really sit here on a YouTube video telling people what is best for them, because we don't know the situation. So do your own research, see what resonates with you, position yourself according to what you think is best. And I'm hopeful that everybody that's been with us on this journey is going to be as successful as we have so far and continue to be. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.